Orofo yema akwa about den ho TV so na em say recount na ekoso e wo Tesano police station no NDC for party no enkoye kwa em wo enkoye wo say in social kase hwe kase nso no pete wo so na eno na afanyo mark na sakura se na obekọ sitting no e wo parliament no oye press conference concerning these issues ekoso ya NDC for cover injunction abato recounting no so ya wo che asem we wodo court the den because one tia say recounting no echo against one na one day the one man say one leader no and I said easy declaration na why the no eno na wo gina so na NPP so say no be recounting there wo be no chana after market in semi break to jana proposal be NDC for the buy say one fan eno no one gentleman no eno na NPP for about to actually na proposal no proposal ben eno so odo no ye bo ama tina after market press conference ni nyina mo enkweti sifa o che the concern about this is in semi koso with Tesano police station.
Akotia, Suhum, and Nsawom Adwejiri. The first collation to be completed for the day was Afantia Kono. When we got that done, we came to Akwitia, which we also successfully completed, and it was declared. Then it was left with Nsawom Adwejiri and Suhum. Both were being done. Now, for Suhum, there was another go slow. The NDC at every stage tried to disrupt. Eventually, they rejected six polling station results, and we accepted that if they've rejected, they don't want it to be part. That is fine, because it was still giving us a win of over 1,500. Then they tried to use an independent candidate agent to frustrate the process. In fact, eventually, the NDC leaders who came there, led by the famous Alfred Woyome, told me and Honorable Obiamwa that they want to negotiate for us to allow the declaration of Suhum, and that their foot soldiers were amassing outside, and that if all 4 constituencies are declared for us, they will kill them. Very sad. Eventually, when we said no, we have to continue with the process, and we completed the Suhum process where Suhum was declared, they tried another go slow on Nsawom Adwejiri. Each one of them that came said, "Oh, yenim say, I'm not on praying winning. I am farmer." Where does this happen? Eventually, when the EC official decided to continue the process, the NDC, led by Alfred Woyome, came into the collation center and said that okay, their computer was not working, so we should give them 2 hours to charge their battery. As at 1 a.m., when they had gotten 3 hours to charge the so-called battery of the laptop, they said they were tired. Meanwhile, their candidate walked in. The candidate for Nsawom Adwejiri walked in, and we said, okay, if you are tired, the candidate himself was there. Meanwhile, Honorable Anodombre had been there the whole day. What next? The EC official, after another 1 hour of unnecessary disruption, he said he was tired, he was feeling sleepy, and that we should do it at 6 a.m. the following day, Friday. We all slept there. Well, by the way, I left around 4 a.m. to shower, and I came back around 7 o'clock. Around this time, the General Secretary was also there, but the candidate, Honorable Anodombre, and his agent slept there. At 6:30 thereabout, collation resumed. Around 8 o'clock, they started the agenda again. Will not allow. Then around 8:30, their counsel came in, Honorable Mr. Eduji Tamaklu, claiming that he had in his possession an injunction order from the court, only to find out later that they use a delay tactics to file an application. They had filed a writ in court, that is the candidate for NDC had filed a writ in court with an injunction application, which they were seeking to serve the Honorable Anodombre and EC. So clearly, these are not Democrats. Whereas Dr. Baumia conceded defeat even before EC's official announcement. They were not ready to accept defeat in these constituencies that they were not ready to concede defeat where they knew clearly, because their posture was that they won't allow the process to continue. And then in fact on Friday itself, after they had successfully gotten the Anadon Press constituency collation disrupted, then they came to the others. The police had arranged collation tables for the other constituencies. In fact, Techiman South has started. They were collating. Ahafano Southwest, we had their table. We had Obuasi East, and all the Ashanti region seats were supposed to be collated. And then the following day, Saturday, was for Greater Accra. They deliberately disrupted and then used social media to threaten the police, whereupon the police felt that they could not provide security in spite of EC's insistence to continue the work. In fact, on Friday afternoon, it was the police that actually instructed the EC to stop the collation process. I repeat, on Friday afternoon, it was the police that instructed EC to stop the process of collating the result because it was not sure of its ability to provide security. And you recall that that was when the deputy communication officer, I don't want to mispronounce his name, had issued threat, had commanded 5,000 people to meet at the police training school. It's all on social media. So our appeal to the international community, civil society organizations, the media, and all lovers of democracy is to show interest in these outstanding constituencies and give the EC every moral support to proceed to make these declarations. Again, we are encouraging the Electoral Commission that pursuant to their own statement they issued and their press conference on the evening of Friday to proceed to collect and declare these results. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So I continue from here. Our win constituency in Western North region. Records from 181 polling stations indicate that the vote difference between our candidates, Abanga Yakubu, and the NDC candidate is 103 votes in favor of the NDC candidate. However, we have learned of some major infractions at some polling stations which the party is still investigating. Other outstanding constituencies. Collation processes in Suhum, Fantiakwa North, and Akwatia constituencies were botched because of some security challenges occasioned by the NDC supporters and hoodlums besieging the respective constituency collation centers. The EC's arrangement to continue with the collation at the regional level was also disrupted by the hoodlums, compelling the EC to relocate the collation to the police training school at Tesano based on security considerations, just as Leah has just mentioned. Subsequently, these collations have since been completed under a serene environment and the results declared. True to our case, all the results were declared in favor of the MPP parliamentary candidates. The point must be made that this is not the first time in the history of this country's election that we have been confronted with an issue where there has been a continuation of a disrupted constituency collation or recollation. I think this point is very important, ladies and gentlemen. It will be recalled that in the year 2004, the parliamentary results in Poo constituency was initially declared for the MPP